Everybody has been hating on the Houston Rockets offseason so far this year, but I'm here today to tell you that it is not as bad as everybody thinks. I think people are overreacting a little bit. I mean, they won the draft, in my opinion, going out and getting them in Thompson and Whitmore, two top 5 prospects, in my opinion. They go out and they get Fred VanVleet, also bring in like Dillon Brooks, Jock Landale. So, I mean, they do a lot in free agency. You know, there's a reason for that. You have to have 90% of your cap space per new CBA laws. They also have a very exciting young core. Jabari Smith Jr. has been going off in the summer league. So we're going to talk about the Rockets here today. Make sure to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below as well as sticking around for the full video if you do enjoy at any point. Also make sure to hit that subscribe button because odds are, as you can see here, you're not subscribed, so make sure to go ahead and fix that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started looking at the Fred VanVleet signing. The first overreaction of this offseason was the Fred VanVleet signing. Now, yes, he was overpaid. Even the Houston Rockets front office will tell you he's overpaid. But 3 years, $130 million. In 3 years, Sengun and Jalen Green will be free agents. They will be about to become free agents. And then none of your other young core will have hit the books yet. So bringing in a guy that averaged 19 points, 7.2 rebounds, you know, he's not exactly a winning player. No, yes, he did win a championship, but as a starting point guard, because unless I'm wrong, he was the backup point guard on that team. Bringing in a guy like Fred VanVleet is not that bad because you have to have 90% of your salary cap filled up per the new CBA rules, and you know it's a 3-year deal. He's off the books before long. And then Dillon Brooks, 4 years, $80 million. People seem to forget that Dillon Brooks is one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA just because of the fact that he tried to talk junk to LeBron. Obviously, he probably learned his lesson. At least I'm hoping for his case. If not, then the Rockets could be in trouble, but they won't have to worry about that. They probably won't be in the playoffs next year, and then LeBron will retire. They just got to worry about his shot selection because he was horribly inefficient, kind of like Fred VanVleet. And once they get that under control, I mean, he's one of the best defenders in the NBA. It's going to be great. They also bring in Jeff Green and Jock Landale, both veteran pieces to help grow and develop your young core, to help mentor them. I think these are great additions by the Houston Rockets. They also had Brook Lopez all but locked up, and then he bounced on them. So like I said, they have Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun will be about to be free agents whenever the VanVleet deal is off the books because, again, that player option or team option on the end of that deal, I mean, that makes it even sweeter. I mean, you basically have 2 years of VanVleet, and in that time, you really only have to pay Kevin Porter Jr. So the books are looking very nice for the Rockets. Now, like I said, they were huge winners of the NBA draft. At number 4, they go out, they get Thompson out of the Overtime Elite League. Now, he did sprain his ankle in the Summer League, but at 6'7", elite playmaker, he had a pretty nice debut where he was playing very good. But then again, I mean, the star of the Summer League for the Rockets has been Jabari Smith Jr. Amin will be an elite defender for you. I guess he will come off the bench for the first 2 years of his career, and then when they decline VanVleet's team option, he'll be the starter. So, you know, you get to learn from a guy in VanVleet who, he's good, but he's 6 foot, or not even 6 foot, and then Amin Thompson at 6'7" can put all the skills that VanVleet has into stuff that you can't teach when it comes to athleticism and length. And, of course, he will be facilitating to all of these guys right here, which is something that I really, really like. He's going to be racking up assists left and right. And then Whitmore, absolute steal at 20. I saw this guy as my number 5 overall prospect. You know, I could see him slipping to like maybe 10 or so. 10 would be a steal for Whitmore, much less 20. I mean, a super athletic 6'7" wing out of Villanova. Come on now. You can't let him slip all the way down to 20. Now, he is a tough shot maker, which comes with the fact that, you know, he takes some dumb shots. But, you know, overall, I think this is going to be a really, really good pick. This is really going to work out for the Houston Rockets. I mean, he fell right into their laps. Now, we got to talk about the KPJ role because that is something that is really up for discussion right now. He's kind of the odd man out in Houston. He was the starting point guard this year for the Rockets, and then they bring in 2 new point guards. So are they going to trade him? I mean, he averaged 19.2 points, 5.7 assists, 5.3 rebounds as a 23-year-old. I mean, you can't just trade that. That's pretty good. And he's on a very team-favorable contract. He also shot at 44% from the field, 37% from 3, 1.4 steals per game. You could argue he had a better season last year than Jalen Green. The 3.2 turnovers, though, kind of did him in. I really would love to see him as like a backup small forward for them. You know, that six-man role for KPJ, I think that'd be great for him. Lots of opportunities to just come in and cook off the bench, be efficient, don't have to worry about facilitating, so the assist will come down, but so will the turnovers. I think that'd be great for him. And then with Coach Ime Udoka coming in, we've seen the blueprint before for this team, going out and getting wings. I mean, we saw what he did in Boston with Jason Tatum, with Jalen Brown, and now he's able to go out and he's got a lot of good young wings on this team, starting with, of course, Cam Whitmore, who we already talked about. Same thing with Dillon Brooks. Both of these guys are good wings, both about 6'6", 6'7". They can come in and, you know, you can develop, although Dillon Brooks is somewhat older. Tari Eason, a guy that's been playing well in the summer leagues, 9.3 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 1.1 assists for him as a rookie. Really liked him coming out of LSU, thought he had great height, weight, speed. He was decently efficient as a rookie as well, 45% from the field, 34% from 3, and 1.2 steals. And like I said, good height, weight, speed type guy, great length and athleticism. 22 years old next year, so he's going to be a very, very key piece in this Rockets team. But the guy that I'm the most excited about was my former number 1 overall prospect, Jabari Smith Jr. 12.8 points, 7.2 rebounds last year. But so far in the Summer League, he's averaging like 35 a game. I think he only played 2 games and then he got shut down. He was not very efficient, but you know he wasn't really put in the best situation with Kevin Porter Jr. as his point guard. So maybe he gets a true point guard in like a VanVleet, Thompson, and you know with his Tatum, KD-like build. I'm not saying skill-wise, but build-wise, he's kind of like those two. Great shot maker, great shot-making potential for him. And then they've got the man, the myth, baby Jokic Alperen Sengun, who was really good for them last year. 14.8 points per game, 9 rebounds, 4.9 assists per game as well. He's a guy that can act kind of like a second point guard, so I think he will be, you know, a welcome addition to this Rockets team. 1 steal, 1 block in 29 minutes per game for them this year. Well, why did I say addition? It's going to be like his 4th year on the team. He ended up being a pretty dang good pick. 55% from the field, 34% from 3 on 1 attempt. So, you know, maybe he even continues to look to expand that range out beyond the 3-point arc. And again, he's only 21 years old. This Rockets team is crazy young. If it wasn't for the Oklahoma City Thunder, this would be the best young core in the NBA without a doubt. Kind of hate they had to give up KJ Martin, though. A guy that I'm expecting to break out, and this is not in terms of points per game because he already averages 22 a night with 4 rebounds and 4 assists, but a guy that I'm expecting to break out efficiency-wise. He was kind of known as a shot chucker last year. He needs to change that, what they think of him, I guess you could say, that perception of him. 42% from the field, 34% from 3 in 34 minutes. We need those percentages to go way up, Jalen. They got to be, you know, it can't be any more shot chucking, no more big numbers, bad efficiency. You know, you got to be efficient if you're going to be given that amount of shots. You know, there's a reason, so you should be able to knock them down at a good clip. If not, they're going to give those shots to somebody else. Now, taking a look at my projected lineup for the Rockets next year, we got Fred VanVleet at the 1 and Dillon Brooks at the 3. Those are the 2 new additions to the roster. Of course, I guess KJ Martin was the starting small forward last year. Maybe Jayshawn Tate a little bit, and then with KPJ now moving to the bench, Fred VanVleet becomes a starting point guard. But this is a fun team right here. A lot of youth, more so off the bench, but I'm really excited to see Jabari Smith Jr. this year. Jalen Green is one of the most athletic, most fun players to watch in basketball. Dillon Brooks, really, really good defender. Other than him, there's not really any elite defenders in this starting lineup. I mean, for his height, Fred VanVleet's good, but Dillon Brooks is the point of attack defender. And then you got Alperen Sengun as well down low. Not exactly known for his defense, however. And then let's take a look at the bench here. Again, this is where more of the younger guys are with the 2 rooks, in Thompson and Cam Whitmore. They also have Jeff Green down there off the bench, but I think KPJ is going to be stepping into that 6-man role while they let Tari Eason, you know, he's the 7th-ish man. Men will be the 8th, I guess. I don't know how the rotation is going to go, but a lot of talent off the bench for this Houston Rockets team. And like I said, you got to throw Jeff Green in there. So with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like button and hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. Let's try to get about 200 likes on today's video. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.